Hello again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to 2K Sports. Glad to have you with us. As the legendary Shaquille O'Neal sits in the side. We'll watch the Phoenix Suns in this one as they go up against the Los Angeles Clippers. And when you take a look at the Clippers, this is a team they played pretty well against last season, going 3-1. They'll look to keep that edge tonight. Shaq, no doubt the Clippers, a very talented team, but there are some who watch the way they play and say, you know what, this team does too much flopping. You think so? Was it that funny?
Oh, yeah. Too much? How about way too much? They have guys that were over-embellished. They have guys that when you touch them, they want the referee to say, oh, my God, he hit me so hard, he tried to break my neck. So, yes, it's flopping. It needs to stop. They need to be, whatever the maximum fine is for flopping, they need to be done.
Were you a flopper?
Of course not.
You never flop?
Never, ever.
Wow. That's quite a bit. That's Shaquille O'Neal. That's the kind of insight you get only here on 2K. Thank you. Let's go to Kevin Martin.
Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, introducing the rest of the 2K broadcast team. Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and sideline reporter Doris Burke. They're continuing to soldier on without the services of Goran Dragic.
Yeah, Kevin, that's just terrible news. Never what you want to hear or see. With an injury of that severity, it's hard to imagine we're going to see him back out there anytime soon.
And the reality in the NBA, Clark, is you just have to move on. There's no time for sentiment. You just have to understand what the situation is and push forward. Get your rotation set, try to figure out who's going to play where and when, and start making your plans now.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Suns, Markieff Morris is out there with P.J. Tucker. Then it's Alex Len. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's Thomas in at the 1 spot. The Clippers shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
Now, the numbers last year for them at the line, not great. Just 73% free throw shooting as a team.
And I know the free throw shooting is an area they focused on improving coming into this season.
And the technical free throw is good.
Well, Jamal Crawford has proven no matter what role he plays, just call him up. Flat out put the ball in the basket. You got to give him a lot of credit, though. He does change his game quite a bit depending on if he's coming off the bench or starting. I think that speaks to his IQ.
Now here's Crawford, following the miss by Eric Bledsoe. Ball outside. Feeds it to Jordan. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws. Alex Len picks one up.
Yeah, that's smart basketball. You foul, you send a great poor free throw shooter to the line.
Yeah, I think that's just smart. I mean, especially the way he's been throwing it down. Make him earn it at the stripes.
DeAndre Jordan has always had a knack for the incredible, and it usually manifests itself in his dunks or blocks. But last year he committed himself more on the defensive end, and it really made a difference for him.
You think about defense, Clark, and it isn't just how many shots you block. Jordan really seemed to focus on the little things that go into being successful defensively.
And I think that's a tribute to Doc Rivers, who actually emphasized some of those little things that would help Jordan elevate his game and his team. And to Jordan's credit, he took heed and made significant improvement.
DeAndre Jordan leading the NBA last season in 3 separate categories, Steve: rebounding, slam dunks, and field goal percentage.
Yeah, those last 2 are related, of course. You look at his shot chart, and it's basically a green dot right around the basket. I mean, pretty much all of his attempts coming right at the rim, mostly on putbacks or lobs.
Here's Los Angeles now. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Well, they heaved up a lot of ill-advised three-pointers in that loss. Guys, they were way too trigger-happy from downtown.
Yeah, and that's not the area on the court where you want to be forcing shots from. Heck, you were a great three-point shooter, and you know that, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, it comes and goes, but you can't just rely on that when things aren't going your way.
There's Crawford with the 3. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And for Jordan, last season with Doc Rivers coming in as coach, his role was clearly defined, laid out in crystal clear fashion, defense and rebound. But Rivers put high expectations within that role, expecting him to contend for Defensive Player of the Year.
And that one's good, Barnes.
The first bucket for this offense, 1 of 4 to start the game.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Thomas with the ball. He had 16 points in the win against Charlotte. Baseline jumper. Again, Phoenix.
And Jordan playing full starters minutes for the first time in his career last season. He just about doubled his rebounds per game and was a candidate for most improved player.
Now here's Paul. 11 points for him in that last game against San Antonio.
And Kevin, a remarkable night for him passing the ball, just racking up the assists.
Paul with the ball. He's guarded by Thomas, and that one's good. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Now the pass to Len. Inside, it's tipped. And Bledsoe, here we go, comes up empty down low.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
Paul kicks to Jordan. Now here's Thomas. Len sets a screen for Thomas. Dishes it to Tucker from downtown. Ball against Thomas. Jordan with a screen on Thomas. Paul goes in. That ties the game.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now here's Thomas. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Len kicks to Bledsoe. Outside Thomas from the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, because you know if you continue to give up open looks like that, you're in big trouble.
Now here's Paul. And the wide open shot from Griffin. Goes back up and counts the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Marcus Morris is checked in for the Suns. Well, the Phoenix Suns, really one of the surprise teams last season. Expected to vie for the worst record in the league. They were a playoff contender in the brutal Western Conference, no less.
Yeah, quite remarkable the job Jeff Hornacek did, and you have to give a lot of credit to not only Hornacek, but also to some player acquisitions they made to move that team right on the verge of being a playoff team in the West.
5 on the clock. Here's Bledsoe.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Griffin passes to Barnes. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And for Coach Hornacek of the Suns, he oversaw drastic improvement at both ends of the floor from a team that had been the second worst offense in the league and the 8th worst defense 2 seasons ago. They were around the top 10 in both categories last year.
And for the Suns last season, they exceeded their Vegas over-under for wins with 50 games to go. Wow. A lot of people figured they'd tank for a pick. Instead, I think they shocked the league.
Shots good by Bledsoe.
Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that.
Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Paul outside. Pass to Griffin. Fades, and he gets the bucket. Griffin's got his first basket.
Look at the size discrepancy there between the defender and the shooter.
Well, those are warm-up jumpers. When there's not a hand in his face, he'll knock those down all day.
Now, here's Thomas. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
And it's Paul penetrating. Can't cash in from close range.
Now, he was right there, but the defensive pressure forced that miss.
Well contested. That really made it a tough shot.
Thomas, that's good.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
No, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
Now here's Jordan. At the elbow, Paul. Paul left side. Griffin inside. He's against Morris. Griffin can't get it to go in. The Suns have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Outside for Bledsoe. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. The Clippers in the lead. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. Crawford outside. Fires for 3. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 3 assists tonight. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And they were nearly flawless offensively in that win, Kevin. Once they got rolling, they just did not stop.
My kind of performance to watch, guys. Efficient and potent. Very strong.
And the Clippers making a change here. Redick is checked in. Now, here's Thomas. Bledsoe dishes to Morris. Thomas kicks to Morris. Releases. Tucker can't get it to go. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Barnes passes to Paul. He dishes it to Griffin. And he banks in the layup. And the Clippers lead by 7.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, I think that could really set things up well the rest of the game. Pound the ball inside and let your perimeter players play off your bigs.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's coming off a 31-point game against Charlotte.
You know what was great, too, Kevin, was the way he balanced getting his own shots and making plays for others.
Now Redick, after Isaiah Thomas missed from long range. Thomas against Paul. Redick is in the corner. 13 feet away. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark. Well, when you talk about vocal leaders among NBA players, you'd have to put Chris Paul right at the top of the list. Always talking, a coach on the floor, but also makes his teammates better.
Clippers leading by 9. Jordan with a screen on Thomas. Redick is in the corner. Lots of room. Rebounded by Tucker.
Really good performance so far on the boards for this club.
Boy, I like the way they've done a great job carving out space under the basket when the shots have gone up.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Spencer Hawes is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Davis comes in for Blake Griffin. Robinson is subbed in for Chris Paul. Phoenix also making some changes. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Markieff Morris. Wright comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Gerald Green in for Eric Bledsoe. LA's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And here is Robinson. He's coming off a 16-point game against San Antonio. The offensive rebound.
I'll tell you what, the mid-range shot is not the easiest one to make, but when you've got daylight like he had there, I mean, those are shots you want to make.
Green dishes to Plumlee to stop the run, and he dunks it down.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
And maybe that'll give this team a little bit of their edge back.
Robinson against Thomas. Robinson kicks to Hawes. Nobody near Barnes. Here's Davis, and there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Davis has got his first bucket in this one. Suns trail by 11. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
The drive by... Oh!
Look out!
Oh,
Wow!
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, now's when they need a little spark anyway.
Here's Robinson. The Suns getting the bucket. Out to the right wing. And Redick kicks to Robinson. Just 5 to shoot. An easy layup after coming off the pit. And the Clippers lead by 11.
Already, they find themselves down by a wide margin here, Kevin. They're giving up way too many second chance points.
Thomas passes to Green. To the middle. It's deflected. Pass to Thomas. Suns moving the ball around. Morris with the ball. He's against Hawes. Here's Thomas. And that one's good.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. That's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
Now here is Robinson. Davis in the corner. He kicks it to Redick. There's the feed to Robinson. Davis with a screen on Thomas. Robinson drives in, and the shot is good. Robinson's got his second basket. Suns trail by 11. 51 seconds left here in the first quarter. There's Green with the three. No good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Now Barnes. He's coming off a 10-point game against San Antonio.
And his work on the glass, certainly noteworthy. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways.
Now here's Redick. Clock at 6. Robinson goes in. Can't get it to go. Excellent D from Thomas. Here's the Suns with the ball. They trail by 11. Plumlee sets the pick for Thomas. To the inside. Plumlee, no luck.
Couldn't convert, but nice little two-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
Redick with the three, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Clippers ahead, up 11. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles.
Coming up next Monday, November 17th, Pau Gasol and the Chicago Bulls take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers. Live from Staples Center. Be there.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. Guys, we've seen a confident-looking Clippers team out there.
And the key has been the second chance points. You look at this. This team, the hustle that they play with, very impressive in that first quarter.
Well, it's showing up on the scoreboard. I mean, you get second chance points like that. It can add to your totals and also demoralize your opponent.
Suns trail by 11.
Clippers started out as a good team last year, but they never seemed to be content with what they had. They added vet after vet as the season progressed and really made some nice additions.
On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Thomas is out there with Archie Goodwin. Then there's Gerald Green. Then it's Alex Len. And it's Wright in at the power forward. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kevin, there is no question that Chris Paul has been the leader wherever he's gone. He demands a lot from his teammates, but they respect his passion. Paul has no time for anyone who feels they don't need to work. He doesn't like guys who take things for granted. Certainly not someone to rest on his laurels, gentlemen.
Holding everyone accountable, Doris. Thanks. Here's Thomas. Following the basket by Blake Griffin. Another shot. Len's shot is off.
Well, an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Now here's Griffin. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. Right side, Green. Right down low, defended by Griffin. Crawford with the steal. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Doesn't get the finger roll. Suns trail by 13. The drive by Green. Griffin with some nice D.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Phoenix has their hands full guarding against Griffin.
He's got 8 points and 1 steal as well.
And an important part of every team's game. And we'll look at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Boy, their frenetic defense has really been impressive, putting a lot of pressure on ball handlers and turning them over.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is working hard on the offensive glass. They've had a number of putbacks. Blake Griffin, arguably the top posterizer in the game. But opponents don't like being embarrassed, and they'll take a hard foul on him if need be. Some have said that Griffin needs to retaliate for his own well-being. He's got to go back at some of those guys.
What an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender, giving up so much size, there's no way he's going to get a hand on him.
J.J. Redick, that's his first personal foul.
And Griffin has said he thought about retaliating for the hard fouls, but he said, Steve, it might be best for me, but getting suspended would be very bad for my team. He had his head on straight, obviously.
Well, yeah, credit him for, trying to keep his cool and not get caught up in the moment. But understand that, there's always a two-way street. He oftentimes initiates the contact, and he's such a physical player that he's always going to get caught up and tangled up with other players.
Now here's Crawford. Last game he had 12. That's good. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Bledsoe. Goodwin with it. There's the dish to Len. Here's Tucker. And it's off from three-point range.
Well, it's the edge they've had in that area on the glass that's played a big role in this game.
Yeah, they've got some strong guys, Steve. Guys that are strong and well put together, and they've used that strength to their advantage down low.
Here's Tucker. He's coming off a 13-point game against Charlotte. Here's Goodwin. No good. Some solid D from Paul.
His finishing ability leaves a lot to be desired, guys. He needs to take it to the basket stronger.
Got a piece of it. Into Jordan. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage anyway. It was only with one hand, but he threw it down pretty hard.
Now here's Goodwin. 9 points last game out. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Alex Len, the number 5 overall pick last season by the Suns. He had to undergo ankle surgery just prior to the season. played limited minutes, but they're hoping he can make that leap here in year 2. Very skilled big man.
He hits the second from the line. Well, Clark, you had an opportunity to watch Alex Len play with Maryland. What do you think about his game?
Well, I like his potential, Kevin. He's a big guy. He's pretty strong, and he's got good athleticism and mobility. You just hope he can keep his ankles healthy, because if he can, this kid has a chance to be really good. You know, it always takes big guys, usually anywhere from 4 to 6 years, to develop as NBA players. So if healthy, this guy will be one of the better centers in the league, I think.
Suns trail by 14. Now here's Goodwin. Feeds it to Len. Kicks it to Bledsoe. Passes to Goodwin. Morris dishes to Tucker. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. And here we go. Fast break. Crawford's got it. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Yeah, they've done a great job causing havoc and then taking advantage in transition offensively.
A nice shot by Tucker.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. And this is their first time matched up with the Suns this season.
And predictably, they came out on top in the season series last year. We'll see if it's any different this time around.
Off the inbound. Paul can't get it to go. Suns trail by 13. Now the pass to Goodwin. Len sets a screen for Goodwin. Shot clock at 6. To the left wing. It's tipped. Morris kicks it to Tucker. And the wide open shot from Bledsoe. A three-pointer off the mark. And as Steve brought up, the outcome of the series between these teams wasn't a surprise given how they, Clark, each finished the year.
You're right all over it, Kevin. I mean, there was success on one side and then the disappointment of missing the playoffs on the other side.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And it's Goodwin in the corner. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Paul passes to Crawford. Now Griffin inside. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And he wasn't really a flashy passer like a lot of the great playmakers you think of, but just always in control. Kind of an old school game, the one that was tremendously successful over the course of his almost 2 decades with the Utah Jazz.
Now here's Paul. Crawford outside. Off the screen. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Alex Len picks one up.
Phoenix has their hands full guarding against Crawford.
He has 8 points, and he's put 1 three-pointer on the board.
Yeah, he's got to take his time behind the arc.
And the Suns training staff renowned around the league for their ability to keep players healthy. They're at the forefront, biomechanics and all that new school stuff. The results have been terrific. It's called preventative maintenance.
Now here's Bledsoe. He feeds it to Morris. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Redick's got his 5th rebound in this one. Dishes to Griffin. And here's Redick. He's coming off a 10-point game against San Antonio. Paul, no one around him. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. And it's 7 points for Chris Paul. And when you ask people in the Suns organization about the training staff, Steve, they say they really hold players accountable, and that's the key in many people's minds.
Well, I was there with them, Kevin, as general manager for several years, and that staff is as good as any, and there's no doubt. I mean, if there's no commitment from the players to their conditioning and their training, It doesn't matter how good the training staff is, it's not going to work.
And so here are the Clippers, following the score by Phoenix. Redick is in the corner. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
And their field goal percentage continues to climb. They have really shot the ball well here today so far.
Yeah, and it's all about quality shot selection, smart shot selection. They've been very patient on offense.
Now here's Bledsoe. Pass to Tucker. Here's Len, and he slams it one-handed. A free run to the hoop and some thunder on the finish.
Not exactly the way the D would have drawn that one up.
And when you got the space, you might as well throw it down. That's what I always used to do.
Chris Paul, arguably the league's best point guard, and he does have the best player efficiency rating of any point guard in the history of the ratings. A future Hall of Famer. This is an all-time great we're watching play right now.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Davis is checked in for Jordan. Barnes comes in for Jamal Crawford. Robinson is subbed in for J.J. Redick. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Phoenix. Morris comes in for Markieff Morris. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Coach Doc Rivers certainly hasn't minced words since joining the Clippers. He's held each player accountable and defined roles. He told DeAndre Jordan he wouldn't run any plays for him, that he just wanted him to focus on defense. Jordan said Doc knows how to reach people. There are egos on every team, and he knows how to control all of that. It's honesty. Refreshing, gentlemen.
Champion with the Celtics. He's one of the best coaches in the league. Thanks, Doris.
When you talk about Chris Paul's statistical resume, that often overlooks his defense, but he's a perennial all-NBA defense selection over the last 7 years or so. He's a lead at both ends. Well, he's clearly feeling it, Clark, coming off that fantastic game last time out.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive. He dishes it to Morris. Pass to Plumlee. Power down with both hands.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Clippers leading by 16. And Chris Paul, such a scrappy defender, Clark, the league leader in steals per game for 4 straight years.
Yeah, he's got such quick hands, and really what makes him so dangerous defensively is his anticipation. Now, I've watched him off the ball a lot defensively, and he just anticipates where that pass is going, and then he gets there right in a hurry.
And Bledsoe, here we go. And there's the feed to Plumlee. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the free throw line. Don't give them an easy 2.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Paz is checked in. Phoenix also making some changes. Brandon Wright's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Green comes in for Archie Goodwin. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Eric Bledsoe. Paz, no luck. Suns trail by 15. Now the dish to Morris. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
Well, we've seen these kind of plays get them going in the past, that's for sure.
Here's Paul, following the score by Phoenix. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Paul's got 10 points in the game. Thomas against Paul. Plumlee sets the pick for Thomas. And the wide open shot from Green. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. 5 points in the game.
They can't afford to give him that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to fight over the top of that.
Now here is Davis. Robinson dishes to Davis.
Glenn Davis suffered that broken bone to his foot towards the end of the 2013 season, and that motivated him to slim down. He got down to the lightest weight he'd been since 8th grade, believe it or not, and still one of the strongest players in the league.
And both free throws good for Davis. 1:24 left in the second quarter. Thomas up top, defended by Paul. Thomas kicks to Wright. Right wing. The drive by Green. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Here's Paul. Good. Paul's got 12 in the game.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Feeds it to Morris. And he gets the bucket. Morris has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
40 seconds left to play in the first half. Paul kicks to Robinson. It's stolen by Green. Thomas goes in, uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 6. 30 seconds left now here in the second. Thomas against Paul. In the corner, it's Robinson. Takes the 13-footer. Misses off the left iron.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Right with a screen on Paul. Here's Morris. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. And here's Barnes for 3. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And we've reached halftime in this one. Clippers lead by 12. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, I'm here with Blake Griffin. And Blake, what's been the key tonight on how this first half has turned out for you guys?
We just have a lot of different pieces, a lot of veteran pieces, a lot of skill pieces, and they're coming all together right now, and it makes it a lot easier for us.
Thanks for your time, Blake. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Blake Griffin in this game, he's been everywhere.
I know we've said this many times before, but I'll say it again. He had a great first half, just an explosive offensive display there.
At the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had. He can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
CP3 and Jamal Crawford make the backcourt. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. And it's Barnes in at the small forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. That could give him a huge injection of energy, Clark.
And Kevin, that's exactly what they need right now. They've got to close the gap.
Forget about that for a second. How about the burst to the bucket for a point guard? Boy, he can power those down.
And here is Los Angeles now. The Suns getting the bucket. Crawford's shot is good.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Thomas passes to Len. Len sets a screen for Thomas. Six on the shot clock. Len kicks to Bledsoe. Thomas, it's a wide open look. Misses the 3.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
They set the screen. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Well, there's got to be something about Washington producing these 5'9" guards. I mean, whether you're talking Nate Robinson or Isaiah Thomas, they both can fill it up in a hurry. And, you know, they both play the game with the confidence and swagger of a power forward.
It's his first trip to the line.
Well, he was somebody you didn't want to put at the line a year ago. He made 85% of his attempts.
Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
That one misses.
Well, Isaiah Thomas, not the dunker that Nate Robinson is, but he's a really good finisher around the rim despite his small stature. He's able to make mid-air adjustments and has that great touch using creative angles to evade shot blockers.
Suns trail by 14. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Len dishes to Bledsoe. Thomas goes in, 11 feet away. Lets it go with a three. That's good. Thomas got 4 points this quarter.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
And Isaiah Thomas, a natural scorer, but also a willing passer. He's trying to find that balance, Clark, between the two.
Kevin, there is always a place for anybody that can put the ball in the bucket with regularity. He can improve as a passer, sure, but his game is scoring the ball, and off of his scoring ability, he's able to set up other people.
Outside for Bledsoe. Right side, Thomas. Got a piece of it. Here's Tucker. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
Yeah, and that's what's paved the way for them to build this big lead, no question.
Now here's Paul. 12 points for him. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half. Players in the NBA always look to compare each other, and one apt comparison that Eric Bledsoe received was mini LeBron. I mean, that's quite a high compliment, but I think it fits him.
And with Bledsoe, it was actually his teammate, Goran Dragic, who started calling him mini LeBron. The more footage you see of him, the easier it is to agree with that statement.
Los Angeles calls timeout. You talk about that nickname for Bledsoe, mini LeBron. And for Bledsoe, Clark, it really all comes together when you see him in the open floor. He's like a tiny runaway train, and when he gets the ball, you know it's going to be in a fast break.
Yeah, and he's really hard to slow down in the open floor, as you said, Kevin, and it's in large part due to just how strong he is for his size.
Now here's Bledsoe after the miss from Crawford. And Bledsoe with the stuff. Out of this world aerial skills for a guy of his size.
Kevin, that's what separates him from some of the other point guards around the league. The ability to rise and throw it down.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that spurs them on. Maybe he sparks a little bit of a comeback here.
Now Thomas. He's got 10. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Isaiah Thomas, a 20-point-per-game scorer last season, and putting up those points with great efficiency, too. And this came despite strained ligaments in his shooting wrist and other nagging injuries, and yet he continues to give production.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Los Angeles. And for Thomas, he'll always have his doubters because of his stature.
Yeah, he's only 5'9", and that might be generous, but man, does he pack a lot of game into that frame. He gets after it at both ends. He's a competitor. He's confident. As great as he is on offense, he does tend to give up a little bit at the other end. Kevin, a look here at how the Suns ranked in the NBA last season. 7th in scoring, 7th in steals, and they were a top 10 team in field goal shooting. Pretty impressive.
But I think the key stat for that club last year was points per game. They were in the top 10. That was really what they tried to do. That was how they tried to establish themselves each and every game. Get out, run, get good shots, and try to outscore the opponent.
4 on 3 as they bring it up. Bledsoe passes to Thomas. Lets it go with a 3. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Eric Bledsoe. The Clippers have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Paul kicks to Griffin. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Here's Thomas. 12 points for him. Tucker dishes to Len. He kicks to Thomas. 6 to shoot. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. For 3, Bledsoe, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Look at some of the numbers for DeAndre Jordan. Terrific year last season for him. He averaged about 10 points a game, 13 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. And the numbers are pretty outstanding. I mean, we've come to expect it from him.
Well, he always impresses, Steve, with the work ethic, stamina, consistency. It's what the best players strive for and produce.
Crawford's shot is good.
Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
Suns trail by 13. Upside Thomas. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
You know, an interesting study came out recently that argued that steals are really undervalued, not just because they create high percentage scoring opportunities at the other end, but also there just aren't that many players who really excel in that area.
Here is Bledsoe. There's the 3. Thomas's shot is off. You talk about steals, one of the harder stats to replace. Some players just have the knack.
Yeah, you know, when you replace a guy who can take the ball away from opponents, a great stealer, I mean, it's hard to replace that in your lineup. Steals require a special knack, quickness, anticipation. And, you know, guys that do a good job of ball hawking can really get into an opposing player's head, too.
Bledsoe with the block and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And in front of you now is a list of the players with the highest shooting percentage last season. DeAndre Jordan, number 1.
Boy, it was a terrific year for him. Led the league in field goal percentage because he took high-quality shots all the time.
Los Angeles leading by 13. Redick inside the line. Again, the Clippers. Phoenix has gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Thomas kicks to Bledsoe. There's the pick. Passes it to Morris. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. And Bledsoe has it in the corner. Phoenix, no good that time either.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
And lobs up the alley-oop pass. Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Nate Robinson's checked in for Paul. And then for Phoenix, Wright comes in for Len, and it's Gerald Green in for Eric Bledsoe. Thomas against Robinson, kicks to Morris. Trying to get back on track. Here's Wright, and the foul called on Blake Griffin. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Los Angeles?
You know, something that stood out to me all game long has been the skill they've shown in the low post. I mean, it's special.
And that's helped with their passing game, too, because they're getting a lot of assists by sharing the ball and moving it.
Brandon Wright, the former 8th overall pick back in 2007. For his career, Steve, a field goal percentage of around 60%.
Well, he's figured out his niche in the league. He wasn't sure what he was when he arrived, but he's a backup big. He's a diver. He's an offensive rebound guy. He's a lob catcher. So, you know, not a one-on-one scorer, but somebody who can play off of others very effectively.
Suns trail by 15. Thomas with the ball. 12 points for him. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Thomas got 8 here in the quarter.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
Griffin a screen on Thomas. Robinson passes to Jordan. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. 6 points for Jordan.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that.
Now here's Green. He's got 5. Robinson drives in, deflects the pass. Redick dishes to Griffin. The pass to Redick. He feeds it to Robinson. Griffin sets the screen for Robinson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by Thomas. Thomas got 3 rebounds now in this one. Green with the ball. Robinson picks him up. Outside Thomas. Robinson against Green. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's Redick. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Isaiah Thomas.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
J.J. Redick, acquired by the Clippers going into last season. A great fit, but injuries really held him back. First, surgery to repair ligaments in his wrist, then a bulged disc in his lower back. Ended up playing just 35 games in the regular season.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Jordan. Davis comes in for Blake Griffin. And Matt Barnes is subbed in for Jamal Crawford. The drive by Green.
Reverberation throughout the entire building on that one.
It sure did. Up high and down hard on the windmill flush.
Oh, the signature Kevin Harlan call. Up high and down hard.
There's a good screen. Robinson kicks to Hawes. The 3. And that one's good. Hawes got himself on the board with 3 there. And Redick, were it not for the injuries, is on pace, Clark, for the best season of his 8-year NBA career.
Kevin would have been a career high in points per game. Great efficiency for Redick as well. He flourished playing alongside former ACC rival CP3, Chris Paul.
Jumps up. Phoenix grabs the miss. Morris has got his 3rd rebound tonight. The drive by Green. The Clippers grab the miss. Davis has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. And again, Los Angeles with a triple.
You know, their 3-point shooting since halftime is about as good as you could possibly ask for, guys.
Now's the time to put the pedal to the metal, boys. Keep firing those deep balls and build that lead up.
Now, here's Thomas. He's got 14. He got right to the cup using that screen. Thomas got 16 points.
He had a whole lot of space to get that shot off.
Yeah, I don't think the defender did a good job there of getting over the top of the screen.
Davis setting the pick for Robinson. Dishes it to Hawes. They get the rebound. Davis. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And a look back to last season, the year Isaiah Thomas had 12th in assists, 17th in scoring. And he was very solid from the foul line, closing out the year among the top 20 in terms of free throw percentage.
And you pointed out his assist numbers, Steve. Again and again, he showed this remarkable ability to deliver the ball to his teammates on time and on target.
So we can't get either to fall.
You know, it took a little while, but at the Staples Center now, the team to fear is the Clippers. They were tough here at home last year.
Los Angeles leading by 17. Outside Robinson. Here's Davis. Plumlee with the rebound. The Suns shooting 44% on their field goal attempts in quarter 3. Green kicks to Thomas, takes a 3, and that one's good. Thomas got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Suns.
You know, defensively, you cannot forget about him. They gave him a wide open look there.
Davis with a screen on Thomas. Outside for Davis, puts up a 3. Can't hit. The Suns go the other way with it. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. And their road trip is only getting started as that's the 2nd of 6 for them. Thomas outside. They kick it out to Green. Puts up a 3. Pass to Thomas. Back to Green. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Easy call there.
No question about that one. You could hear the impact from where I am.
The Suns have gone 9 of 13 from the line.
They're a very average shooting team in terms of the free throw line, about 76% a year ago.
That's been one of the strongest aspects of this team this season. I mean, there have been very few off nights for them at the free throw line.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Here's Redick. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 13. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter.
Tune in next Sunday night, November 16th. James Harden and the Houston Rockets take on Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Do not miss it.
Here is Robinson. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the fourth. We've got Gerald Green. Marcus Morris is out there with Brandon Wright. Then there's Bledsoe, and it's Goodwin in at the 2.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
Well, now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Here's Morris. The Clippers getting the bucket. Shot clock at 6. Here's Green. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Gerald Green, hot and cold throughout his career, drafted 17th back in 2005. Steve, the 2007 dunk contest champ, we were there to see that. Then out of the league for over 2 seasons.
Well, Kevin, he was even waived by his teams in Russia and China. So you think about how much he's improved. It's incredible. He's always had the talent to play in this league. I think, had to figure out his niche and understand, how to limit his mistakes. But last year, a terrific campaign for him.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Glenn Davis. And the Suns also making a change. Tucker's checked in. Top of the key, Griffin. Back to Robinson. And blocked. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Green against Barnes. Puts up the baby hook. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And you talk about Green's dunk contest win, a 6'8" with a 39-inch vertical. I think that 39 might be low. I've seen Gerald put his head in the rim and look down. And I mean in games, hey, I can't even do it justice trying to describe it. Just go online and look up some of Gerald Green's dunks. You'll be amazed.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Now here's Bledsoe. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down. That's a mammoth dunk for someone who's far from the biggest guy out there on the floor.
Yeah, perhaps that'll give them the boost they're looking for to get out of the hole here.
Yeah, it should. I mean, if that doesn't fire them up, I don't know what will. Then you look at Green's athleticism. I think he can continue to improve as far as rebounding and defense. He has all the tools to be an impact player at that end as well.
Stolen by Bledsoe. Oh, and here comes Bledsoe all alone.
Well, that's the easiest opportunity an offense can get, off a steal.
Exactly. No defense for that.
Clippers leading by 11. Paul goes in. And here is Barnes. He dishes it to Robinson. 6 on the shot clock. From 13, Green with the block. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Phoenix also making some changes. Lenz checked in for Wright. Markieff Morris comes in for Morris. And Thomas subbed in for Gerald Green. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter.
Well, they'll give him that shot. He doesn't have the most reliable jump shot in the world. We know that.
Thomas kicks to Bledsoe. That doesn't go either for Bledsoe. The Clippers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Paul with the ball. Now Thomas defending. Paul outside. Clock at 6. That is good.
You know, guys, that's what he does. He just loves to play that kind of attacking basketball.
Suns trail by 13. Thomas kicks to Morris. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. And Thomas, here we go. And stolen by Jordan. Knocks it loose. Thomas with the steal. Here's Bledsoe. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him.
Crawford passes to Griffin. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And Phoenix gets called for the foul.
Well, Griffin, a former dunk contest champion, but make no mistake, Blake is a game dunker, always among the league leaders. And at his size, with that strength, the way he gets off the floor is just unbelievable.
He hits both from the stripe. You know, Blake Griffin gets up so high, he's created some debate, in fact, on the definition of a dunk. So I'll ask, does your hand have to touch the rim?
You know, I think you don't necessarily have to have your hand touch the rim, Kevin, but you do have to throw it through the goal. None of this raggedy type dunk stuff.
You got to control it.
You got to, yeah, I like that's the word I was looking for.
Well, you learn a lot about a player from the way he responds to adversity. Eric Bledsoe, a player with tremendous potential, had to back up John Wall at Kentucky. Then he had to back up Chris Paul with the Clippers. You know, rather than get frustrated, he really made the most of those learning experiences, and now it's paying off.
You talk about Bledsoe. He said in college and with the Clippers, he enjoyed both of those situations. The challenge of the daily battles in practice against star talent. He showed a lot of resilience and determination to find his niche.
Len dishes to Bledsoe. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Bledsoe's got 23 points. Clippers leading by 8. Into Jordan. It's tipped. Barnes kicks to Griffin. Len grabs the board. Len's got 8 rebounds in this game. And Bledsoe, guys, getting his chance last season with the Phoenix Suns to show what he could do in a starting role, and it paid off. His terrific play, Steve, was a huge factor in their surprising season.
Yeah, I agree with that, Kevin. Unfortunately, he did lose some time to a knee injury, but knowing him, he'll battle back and once again overcome the obstacles.
Jordan sets the pick for Paul. Kicks it out to Crawford for 3. Good, and Paul gets the assist. 21 points for Jamal Crawford.
They're starting to give him a little too much space here in the second half. That's his 3rd three-pointer since the break.
Bledsoe outside. Len sets a screen for Bledsoe. Pass to Thomas. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Looking to end his cold spell. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
P.J. Tucker, a rookie second rounder with the Raptors back in 2006, 2007. Really barely played then, and then spent the next 5 seasons playing abroad, trying to find a spot to play. Finally returning to the Suns over the last 2 seasons. He has really established a niche. A tough defender, good rebounder, excellent all-around player.
And the Clippers call time here.
You know, one story that didn't get a lot of press last season. 2 days after the Bledsoe trade had been given the go-ahead, the ownership tried to back out of it. The trade was already public news, and Doc Rivers actually threatened to quit before their ownership backed down.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
And thanks for that story, Doris. And for J.J. Redick, that shakeup must have been tough. His contract with the Clippers was contingent on the trade.
And Kevin, reportedly, Doc Rivers leaned on ownership pretty hard, saying, hey, I shook hands on this. Don't make me look bad here. Our reputation's at stake. It all worked out, but a reminder of Clippers' rather dysfunctional past.
Suns trail by 13. And Thomas, here we go. Terrific design on the big play, and he lays it in. Thomas got 15 points in just the second half. For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Paul against Thomas. Paul passes to Crawford. 5 to shoot. Poke loose. To the paint. Here's Len. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Len sets a screen for Thomas. Down low. And the dunk by Len.
That's basketball 101, guys. I mean, elementary. Use the screen to free yourself and then take it straight to the rack.
Yeah, very nice set play for him.
Well, that's using your head and using your body.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. The Suns getting the bucket. Barnes kicks to Paul. Fires from deep. Here's Griffin. The Clippers keep it alive. Jordan dishes to Paul. The feed to Barnes. Now Crawford. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. Kicks it out to Crawford. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. 23 points for Jamal Crawford.
I tell you, he's really carrying a lot of the load offensively, and that's almost always good news for them.
Bledsoe kicks to Len. There's the dish to Thomas. Outside for Bledsoe. 6 to shoot. Puts it up. Thomas's shot is off. Clippers leading by 11. Crawford outside. Back to Paul. Out to the right wing. Here's Crawford. Griffin a screen on Bledsoe. From 15 feet away, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Tremendous output from Bledsoe. He's got 26 points, and he's been a good on-the-ball defender, too. He's got a pair of steals.
Yeah, he's made some heads-up plays, Clark. He's done a really nice job defensively.
17 seconds.
Outside Griffin. Over to the left wing. Feeds to Barnes. He kicks to Crawford. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Stolen by Bledsoe. Here's Tucker. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got 6 assists here tonight. Here's Paul. Pass to Jordan. Bledsoe against Crawford. Crawford left side. 6 on the shot clock. Paul goes in. The jump hook. Excellent D from Thomas. Suns trail by 6. And the jam by Bledsoe.
Things are really tightening up now, guys. Their offense has become unstoppable.
Not sure where it was before, but better late than never.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're up by 4. 1:56 left in the fourth. outside Griffin to the right side. Paul passes to Jordan. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Another strong rebound, just like we've gotten used to seeing from them today.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more of those, and this lead will be double digits.
Thomas goes in, and he gets it to go. Thomas got 4 points this quarter.
I've really appreciated their activity in the post today. I mean, their movement down low has been great.
Yeah, ball movement, player movement. They're generating a lot of easy opportunities for themselves down there.
Kicks to Bledsoe. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Bledsoe hits them both.
In a crucial spot, he is always so solid at the line. He rarely wastes those opportunities.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Paul against Thomas. Paul outside. Barnes dishes to Crawford. Just 5 on the clock. That one a little long, and it's Phoenix's ball. They're on a 17-6 run. They set the pick. Thomas kicks to Len. Outside for Bledsoe. Phoenix no good that time either.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Barnes passes to Paul. Yes!
Well, Paul's got him dropping right now for sure.
Bledsoe with it.
A crucial basket. They needed it, and he gave it to him.
There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. A lot is on the line here.
Boy, how about the intensity and focus of the crowd here?
So loud in this place. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Maybe a low percentage pass, but it still nearly got through.
I like it, though. I mean, it's an aggressive play. Heads up defending, deflected away.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
At the line for 2.
And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 3-point lead. Timeout call, the Suns. They're trailing by 3. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, they've got 2 options here. They can go for the 3 and the tie, or the quick 2 and the foul.
I like the idea of going for the quick 2. Take it to the rim, and that wouldn't be a bad way to approach this situation.
Here's Thomas. Now here's Bledsoe. Here's Tucker. He's off from 3, and he commits the intentional foul.
Well, you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Here's Len. Bledsoe outside. Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. Well, they don't get much more exciting than that, Clark.
They sure don't. And when it was gut check time, this team kept their composure, kept their emotions in check, and got it done.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Chris, how does a win like this help propel the team at this point in the schedule?
Hopefully it gives us a little momentum. We got a tough stretch coming up. We got our back-to-back next week, so hopefully it just gives us a little momentum.
It was a pretty good start, Chris. Thank you. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And, folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, Blake Griffin.
Yo, remember back on the bully when cats used to harmonize like...